Just we forgot and never going to forgot and the days of old you could be my friend. For all the ages we forgotten, having love within. We'll take a cup of kind of sherry, fill up to the rim, and sing a song of joy and laughter, bring the year to end. Should all occasions be forgotten, never thought upon. The flames of love extinguished, falling fast and here is gone. The memories of everything we did to make it here. The friends and family members we have lost, but you were here. For all occasions we forgotten, help me to remember. The summer, spring, the winter, fall, the feelings of December. The beaches, brooks, the river, stream, the places we have gone. The love we have for life, but this is true, I really respond. On occasions we forgotten, one thing will remain. The precious when we search you every breath and felt the rain. For all occasions we forgotten, yes, the New Year song. But this to hit my virgin name for you to sing along. The ways we forgot and never brought to mind. The ways we forgot and the days of old time. All my friends, all my foes, fate we lead, where life goes. This one here I find fine to give this up for anxiety. All my friends, all my foes, where we lead, where life goes. This one here I find fine to give this up for anxiety. Yeah. It's your boy. Y'all know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter remains that you rather be here. Let me get it right. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. That's right, no suit. This the spotlight. This way I could chill out and talk to y'all directly. Don't got to worry about all the extras going on. I can even cut on the fan. Hold on a minute. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, we're going to get some circulation flowing in here. We're going to get comfortable. That's what we do on the spotlight. Talk to you guys for about a half hour or so. Get a little bit of insight on do's, don'ts, stuff that you like about the show, what you might want to see more of, what you want to see less of. That's right, y'all. This is the spotlight. We come here to do various things. Plus, so I can get my cheat sheet up. I want to know what you guys think about the show. Want to know what y'all want to see more of. Maybe some things that we haven't been concentrating on. That just makes the show much better. We do this for about a half hour every other day. I've decided to split this to every other day, but 2 episodes will be actually about one single topic. One that's coming up soon, I would like to focus on Floyd Mayweather. I want to call this segment "A Fool and His Money Is Soon Parted." I've put it together already, so hopefully you guys like to see it. Probably going to do it on the next segment of the Spotlight. Talking about various situations, trying not to be like everybody else, talking about hip hop all the time, chasing one story, which is P. Diddy and all of that. No. We're much different over here on Our Bottom Line. We're vast. We keep it open. We talk about politics. We talk about what's going on in current events. Talk about your local neighborhoods. Talk about the boring stuff that not many people want to put on their platforms. Why? Because it has to be seen. And then just because they think it's boring doesn't mean that we think it is. So I want to see who's here with us tonight for this segment. Like I said, we run for about a half hour. Like to get you guys input and insights on what's going on, and we're going to keep it moving like that. Who we got up in the building today? We got, oh my goodness, said hi. We got Rebecca, good evening. Who else we got? We got Batty Lynn up in the building saying hello. That's right, y'all. We're going to get a couple of people up in here. We do this every other day. again, we're just trying to get some updates, some information about what you guys like about the show. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of stuff about what we have updated going on, and let's get right into it. Okay, so what we have is this. Last week when we came on, we said we had questions like, how do I prepare for a show? What do you guys want to see less of? What do you want to see more of? Favorite parts of the show. I got a lot of input from Batty last time. I think her and we like the same parts of the show, which are the small stories and the small segments. I actually love those stories myself. And again, I wanted to ask that question: will you guys tune in to a one topic? And I already got that answer from many people that was like, yeah, I actually would tune in for one topic. That's why we're going to experiment on a spotlight instead of our bottom line, because that show is much busier in the daytime. I got to worry about the clips. I got to worry about the comments. I got a lot going on when it comes down to our bottom line. So instead of doing it on that segment, I decided to put it on a side segment, which is going to be the spotlight. Also, I asked you guys to come up with some questions that you wanted me to ask Gene Deal and email me. I didn't get one question at all. I'm not going to beat you guys up for that. I'm just going to take the responsibility and do the questions myself. Another thing, I think I've been asking for people to join the Show Your Talent search. I find myself saying it a lot now. And it's getting to the point where it's like, if we don't get those numbers up on those submissions, we may not be doing the Show Your Talent show. I don't want to blame anybody for this. It's definitely not anything to blame for. We're trying to just do some marketing and get things out for people to be able to win. And just got to be honest, a lot of people nowadays not getting too involved in a lot of situations. And I can't be mad at them. You never know. They have their own reasons. People don't like coming outside at night or whatever like that. I get it. But we're going to keep on pushing, keep on going. We're going to add a advertisement on Eventbrite. And plus, guess what? You guys are going to start seeing a commercial. Yes, a commercial on YouTube and Instagram with myself, boom, doing a whole spiel about the Show Your Talent search in order to try to get more people involved. So that's where we're at with that. And I said the questions with Gene Deal. Help me out with that. If anyone still wants to get involved with that, maybe you're new here and you haven't had a chance, email bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridge, this, not that, LLC at gmail.com. It's my direct email address. Send me your questions. I think this would be great to ask Gene Deal once we get the interview. You guys get me those questions. I'll ask your question, and I'll say this question comes from blah, blah, blah. Let's do it that way. And again, last but not least, I know you guys aren't enticed by certain things, but what would you do or think about $500 or a PS5 for the 1,000 subscriber? Because of course we want to get the subscribers up over here and the members up too. But it would be fantastic. So there's like an incentive where there's somebody's getting something and there's a rush to the peak for everybody to like a number for people to try to get to. So I thought about those questions, and I think that's about it when it comes down to me. A couple of things that I did notice, and if you guys do come to the show a lot, I want to explain something. I do add videos at the end to give us a sort of a wind down. I try to make it so that we get it at a peak of information. You might get a lot of politics at the beginning. Then you're going to get action and things that's actually going on around the world. And then we'll go into certain stories. And I always try to land the show in a sequence manner where we're all like even if it's an emotional roller coaster, we're coming down on a cool, like a runway, like where we're actually landing on a smooth path, right? And I explain this in a manner of, I give you a better story or I give you a calmer story when it comes to the end of the show. And a lot of you guys have gotten wind of it. You guys figured the show out. I see that a lot of people like Batty, Kendra is like, hey, let's get those likes up before the show is over. So a lot of people that actually have been coming to the show, you actually understand the sequence of events and what's going on our bottom line. And that's what I like. I want people to understand what's going on, so that if you can understand it, you want to be more a part of it. Also want to make it more comfortable and a natural experience, so that when you're a part of it, it just flows. That's why we don't beat people up in the comments a lot. We let people troll. We wait till they get a little crazy, then we get them out of there. Once I see someone that's trolling, they have too much control of the audience and we're not on topic, I'll also get them out of there. Also had a question about the last thing I think we talked about was mods. I remember we said that, but I don't know if we need mods, because our co-hosts work perfectly. You guys say, hey, get this person out of there, get this person out of there, boom. This way you're not committed as well, because I'm a nut job myself. I don't expect everybody to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to tap in every day. I mean, we were on our 202 202nd episode right now, so I'm just a nut job myself. So, and I'm blessed to be able to do this. And of course, I'm making a joke when I call myself a nut job, but 201 episodes is pretty crazy. Other shows, they say, hey, we're going to come on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or we're going to come on Monday and Friday. Us, we come on every day. So we're always working, always producing, always trying to come up with good stories and things that I want you guys to see. And hopefully through those stories, you'll actually get a piece of me and understand where I'm coming from with the stories that I'm giving you guys. I'm not trying to, push a bunch of politics on you, not trying to push a bunch of crime things on you, not trying to talk about people bad or whatever. So I really try not to put my opinion in so much, because that's what a lot of platforms do. And it's not cool for the host to try to steer people. I really don't like that. I really just try to stay away from that. So if you guys ever catch me doing that, like, yo, Bugatti, I'm trying to get us to do what you're doing, like, call me out on it. I'm okay with that, because I like things to be more rounded, where everybody can have their say and have a peaceful platform. Let's get to these comments over here. See what you guys got to say. Okay, what we got over here? Liberty and justice. Hey, Bugatti, I forgot you were on later on in the day. That's right. That's right. Liberty and Justice says $500. Harley says good evening. We got Oh My Goodness says hi. We got Rebecca, good evening. We got Batty Lynn up in the building. And again, this is the spotlight where we come on the show and I do my cheat sheet. I get a chance to wear comfortable clothes. I don't got to worry about clips, audio, because if you think about it, that's a lot. I'm over here pressing the button to make sure that this clip is loud enough, because a lot of these platforms, and that's something I could tell you guys, a lot of these news platforms, their audio isn't that good. And it's just, when you have to go through so many clips, some of the audio may be too loud, some of it may be too low. Sometimes you guys might see me pressing that power, that plus button so much just to get the audio to go up, because it's just poor audio. So there's a whole lot that goes into making this show, just so you guys know. The production, the clothes, the hair, the makeup, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot, but I'm not going to tell you guys I don't love doing it. And I really appreciate all of the people that we have here. I'm always in the back office too, just so you guys know. I'm paying attention to the show. I always read your comments, even if it's afterward. I mean, I'll go look at a comment from like show number 7, because you guys may have put a comment there and I want to respond to it. So I really try to be hands-on with the show, try to respond to everything that you guys have send me, because it only makes the show better. Trolls, yeah, whatever. You guys already know there's no troll worse than me, so they don't even really mess with us like that when it comes down to trolling. Once they figure out, this guy's not playing and he's gonna get us out of there, and I like to warn them. I'll tell them, look, we already got you on site. We want to keep acting crazy, boom, we're gonna get out of here. You see how many people straightened up and flew right when that happened? And then that they see they have no ammunition, they have no gasoline that they can throw on, and the next thing you know, they're bored and they just leave. So it's like a way of just making them leave or making them calm down themselves, or what they want to do, which is troll and get a response. Once it doesn't work, it takes all the dog out of their fight. So don't worry about trolls. And then another thing, once we get a certain amount of numbers, let's say if we got like 300 people, or 200 people in the that are watching. Well, 300. I don't really worry about comments because before I did, I mean about likes before I did because it does help the algorithm. But once we got a decent amount of numbers like that, I'm gonna tell you guys what I do. I try to make sure that I got those good clips coming to make sure that those people stay. And as of now, we've been doing really well. We've been like keeping consistent with the show. We've been giving the people what they want. Today's show, let me tell you, I know the shows the same way that you guys do. Might have a good show, a knock out the park show, like yesterday's show or the day before when they kicked us off, or you might just have a nice show, a good show like today. And there's not always going to be where I could just come up with all of these, oh, that was this, that was that, because you got to remember, I'm going on here to find this stuff. Sometimes I come up with some good stuff. A lot of times I come up with some really good stuff. Sometimes you might just get, a regular mild blend out. But that's what I want to, that's why we do the spotlight. I want you guys to have an idea of how the show really goes. A lot of people don't do this about this show and explain things because they feel as if they're giving up the gems and giving up the goods and stuff. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like we work together and you guys get to voice your opinion and your opinions just make me better because I write it down and I'm like, can we do that? And think about this. How many chances do you actually get to get quality responses from your entire audience? I don't know why people don't do it. We're going to see if people start doing this because I think they're going to start doing this because it's smart. Okay, want to see what you guys got to say? Because I got to take y'all information on this. Did they give you a strike when they kicked you off? YouTube is a pain in the butt, LOL. See no evil. Scoop is a great platform. Oh, that was a good question right there. Did they give me a strike? I appreciate the fact that they didn't. It took me a minute to figure it out. I'm new on doing lives and I'm new here. What I noticed was I was getting into it and I was feeling what I was talking about. And a lot of people don't understand that. It was just me saying, how could someone take a GUN off a cop like that? And the next thing you know, it just started going like this. And boom, it just kicked me off. It took a lot out of me. It really bothered me more than what they could do because it just let me know this is not your platform. They can do whatever they want when they want to do it. The video clips can say anything that they want to. But me as a host, I can't even second their words. So if they say GUN, Kellen, whatever like that, and I say it, boom, I'm in trouble. So I look at it like this. Okay, Bugatti, you got this far. That is even practice and learning on the show learning right there. You learn right there. So that taught me you can't do this. So all of that BS words that I do and what I say, derugs and stuff like that, I have no choice but to keep on doing that. Now I've got to create even more words to make sure that I don't get, kicked off. But to answer your question, I didn't get a strike. I didn't get a notification and they did nothing. But let me tell you what I did do. I did keep that as a feather in my cap to make sure that I don't do that again, because I'm sure the more you do it, they kick you off and then they'll start noticing that you're doing that. So that's why people are very careful with their show and why they're the way that they are, which is why I don't understand why other platforms you see like guys smoking bud and, cursing and all of that. They get away with everything, but, it's just different. Also, we do have a large following now. Even though we only have 32,000 subscribers, I say only because other platforms have like 100,000. We have 32,000 plus subscribers, but we do have a large audience. So just because people aren't subscribed does not mean that people are not watching you. That's why sometimes we'll get off and we'll have like 45,000 views, 54,000 views, but you guys will only see like 200 people in the building or something like that. That doesn't mean that, we're not still getting those views, because people pop in, they look at a couple of segments, then they leave. And then YouTube is a huge platform. There's millions of people here. So you never know who's watching and when. I'm even getting surprised that people actually go back and watch the show later. Because to me, I think the show is better live. I think people agree with me on that. But sometimes people say, I missed the show. I went and watched it later. So that makes me think like, because it's news. It's like, how much old news would somebody want to go watch? Because I'm still thinking as a producer, I want to make new content for people to always be able to watch. That's why we're going to start doing the small segments of the spotlight. Like I'm telling you, the next segment that we're going to be doing is called "A Fool and His Money Is Soon Parted," and that's going to be about Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I'm gonna do that segment because I've already written it out. It's something that I've been paying a lot of attention to because I've been watching his career and the way that he spends money and the way that a lot of people spends money. And I just think it's really, I'm sorry to just be honest with you, I think it's foolish to spend money like that because no matter what, after a certain amount of time, it's gonna catch up to you. Me, I don't care if I'm a billionaire, I'm still gonna keep on saving because I come from hard times. And I get all of that, labels and all of that crap, but that's boring after a while. You really want to act like you got some money, do a Jay Prince move and buy an island, make it a resort so people can rent it or something like that. Or take care of an entire a community, take care of people and show what you're doing with your money and give it back directly while you're alive. Because believe it or not, you can't do nothing with a bunch of money. Think about it, you really can't. What you gonna do? Just buy stuff after you buy stuff anyway. So yeah, that's my take on the show, direction that we're going to be going into, as well as how we're going to extend the show just to make it a more informative. We also have the Discord now. I'm learning Discord every day. I've got Giovanni helping me out. Johnny's helping me out, so he's really good with that. People are sending me video clips of what to watch and how to do Discord because I'm not a big video game person, so that's kind of like where it originated from. People, watch playing video games and things like that. So yeah, but I'm getting pretty good with it. Put up a few channels and stuff, and that's just for us to communicate off here because I see the comments are really heavy in the daytime, and I wanted to create a community where that can keep on going. So you guys are going to start seeing like a title pop up earlier than it goes up on YouTube. You're going to see a heading in the Discord. You're going to see a couple of comments under the bottom about what I have to say about what's coming up with the segment. This way we can actually start a line of communication under that in a Discord, and everybody that's part of the Discord can go from there. And we don't just have to have this platform for comments, and also video links and video links as well. I also learned that in the channels you can do video messaging. So what I'm going to do in the Discord is answer this question right here: how do I prep for a show? Now YouTube won't let me do it because I play music. I play certain songs to get ready in the morning, and then I come on to you guys and then I do what I do. But I thought it would be cool for you guys to see how I prep for a show behind the scenes. So therefore, I'm going to do that on Discord so that they can't strike me for that. Because once you play music, they strike you. They literally try to strike Bugatti, and I'm Bugatti. You know what I'm saying? So like the other show that we did last week when it was the Spotlight, I think I played Pressure, my other single. I went to the back office and it said copyright infringement. This music belongs to Bugatti NYC. I'm like, it's my music. What are you talking about? So I had to go get in contact with them and let them know, yeah, it's mine. So they're really anal on YouTube. They're better on other platforms. They have a bigger audience and a bigger demographic. So yes, I understand that there's other platforms and there's new platforms that's coming up. But you guys know, you can't duplicate the number one. So even if you go to Scoop and all of these other guys that you guys have recommended, I get it. YouTube is still number one. And it's actually, proven itself to me. And with our consistency and what we're doing with the show, the demographics and the algorithm had no choice but to take us in. We're anal when it comes down to clicking on that button at 6:00 for 201 episodes. You don't think a computer is going to start to realize that? Like, hey, this guy is just like a computer himself. Every 6:00 in the morning, that show comes on. It's getting to the point where the songs that I play in the morning to warm up, they're already lined up at a certain time. So it's like I'm part of the algorithm myself, So I get it. I understand this platform now, and that's why I want to stay here. Last thing I'll say is I don't even concentrate on social media anymore. So a lot of the people that may want to advertise, they're like, oh, he doesn't have enough followers on Instagram. He doesn't have enough followers on TikTok. Why? I don't care about TikTok and Instagram. I do good on YouTube. I could tell people right here, hey, do me a favor, you guys. Go to my Instagram. It's at Boogottinyc. And join, follow me on Instagram. I've got 32,000 people here. I can tell them to go there and subscribe, right? On YouTube, on Instagram, you gotta do this. You gotta juggle, you gotta do a whole bunch of stuff to say, now will you follow me? Hell with all that. I do the work on YouTube. People like you who actually really appreciate me and may want to follow me on another platform, I'll ask you, hey, subscribe to my Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. And you go from there. So you take the big numbers and you send them over there instead of having to do all that juggling work. That's it. So you do your work at one place, like you work good in your pizza shop. You make good cakes where you work at. You make the best food that you can make. And guess what? The people will come. You build it, they will come, especially if it's good. If it's bad, they're still going to come. Will they return is the thing. That's why we try to do things with quality to make sure that when you put it out, you have a better chance of people returning to see it again, i.e. why we wear the suits, i.e. why we try to pronounce ourselves correctly all of the time. Yeah, because I could be up in here like, yo, I'm saying, yo, what the deal and all of that and blah, blah, blah. And that's the crowd that I'm going to get. Don't want that crowd. I'd rather have you guys. In the comments, want to see what you guys got to say. In the comments, Harley says, I don't happen to use TikTok or Instagram. You see that? Liberty and Justice says, beat. Liberty says, love the best. Okay, love the best. See No Evil says, he's good at explaining what he believes and why. Thank you so much. Harley says, and you snap your fingers. I am very handy. I'm a hands-on person. I have no idea why I'm like that. I've always been like that. It gets to the point where one of my friends, when I'm talking to him, I watch him watch my hands. I'm like, yeah, because I had to go over here and this and that. And he's like, and it's just like that, and it's hard for me I've been trying to stop on the spotlight. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think this is corny. Yeah, we got Donald Trump today. He's going over to such and such. And look at my arms. I look like I can't even control them. Like, what's going on with these arms? Like, how about this? Yeah, we got Donald Trump. He's going over here, and then we're doing this, and it's actually directing. It's like directing traffic. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. Don't try to change me. That's why I'm Bugatti. That's why I'm the artist. That's why I'm the actor. Period. Other people want to stay like this. Yes, today we're here on the show looking like an orangutan in a suit, especially when you got a big chest and your suit is kind of big and oversized. You got some of these people, no disrespect to Mike. You remember the guy from Fox 5, Mike? I forgot his name. Real cool guy, really nice guy. What was his name? Mike. He did the weather. He used to always be like this. Yeah, because and he never really moved his arms either, but he was always like this. And I would be like, look at his arms. Like, he's mad cool, but calm down. Like, breathe, dog. Like, let yourself relax. Get into what you're doing. And yes, if you got to use your hands, use them. What else y'all got for me up in there? Liberty says, I do love how you interact with people, respond, and let them feel heard and include. You have a comedic ways of showing light to others. One of the best shows I watch. Thank you, Boo. That's the way I try to be. And it's not, and it wasn't easy. I used to be a thunter. I used to be wilding and doing ignorant stuff, on the block or whatever like that. But it's like, don't you want better for yourself? And the way you present yourself and the way you come off is the way your life starts to change. You notice the people around you start to change. And if you always want to become, I look at it like this. A motor has to stop running at a certain amount of time in order to relax, right? So you cannot use your body like it's a machine, because even machines break down. So being over emotional and overstressed, all you're doing is peaking and going back down, peaking and going back down. Your body can't really take that on. You can't fight every battle. You really can't. So you know what you got to start doing? Get used to stuff. Don't take it all on the chin all the time. Start to really realize that everything is not a fight and everything doesn't have to be a fight. You know what? You don't got to argue with everybody. Somebody say something crazy. You know what? Yeah, okay. Because the next thing is what? Now you're getting into something and you could get a bald spot or get a cut or something like that. You know what? We learn from our mistakes. So you know what? That's exactly what we do in life, and it makes us better. And that's another reason why certain ones of us are here longer than others, because you can't keep on running into the fire all the time. And the fire can be more than just physical. It can be emotional and what you're doing to yourself. Lastly, I want to talk about health. Lost my mom due to diabetes, as well as renal failure because of dialysis and all of that stuff. So I became vegan. I've been really eating a certain different way. I don't, eat out a lot. I prepare my own foods because I know that that could possibly happen to me. It's easy for me to say, man, I love steak. I can't stop eating chicken. That's ignorant. That's being ignorant. Just be honest about it. So instead of me being like that, I have to honestly say, I am very disciplined. I guess you guys, a lot of you already can realize that. I am a very, very disciplined person, and I'm a man of my word. I could tell somebody, hey, I'm going to be in front of the Luxor in Las Vegas at 6 o'clock on Thursday. If I tell you that, I'm going to be there if I have to walk, because my word is everything to me. Like I always say, I'm going to be on the spotlight. We're going to do this. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it today. And then I'm like, damn, but you told them you was going to do it. All right, so just knock it out. It's the same way with working out. It's the same way with prayer. It's the same way with everything. It all comes from within. And everybody out here under the sound of my voice, you got to really realize it. The only thing that you're going to do is better yourself by being a better person and just trying to don't take it all so heavy on a chin all the time. Religion is great because you get a chance to release. You get a chance to, pray. I do believe that prayer is not just to pray to our Lord and Savior. I do believe that prayer is also telling yourself what you need to do. That's like one time you're being really solemn with yourself and you're saying, I really want this. If you really stick to that and be dedicated to what you're really doing, you're praying to yourself as well as your God, and you got to stick to it. Stop being undisciplined. You're only cheating yourself. This life here is yours. Don't worry about the person next to you, what's on television and all that crap going on. Yeah, politics is crazy. We got to know how to operate in life. That's one thing. But as far as all that personal stuff that people have decided to do with their lives, I don't care about that. Really don't. Really don't. And if anything, I'm going to use that if we ever do talk about it. Case in point, like a fool and his money is soon parted. I do that to try to show people what not to do in this instance, not to knock that person down. And with that being said, I'm going to come to these comments like 1 or 2 more times. We do the spotlight for like a half hour. And then I get to go and do some more clips, get ready for tomorrow, and keep it moving. Because we got a Purple Sunday. That's tomorrow. Purple Sundays are Sundays. Everybody who hasn't got your purple already, your t-shirts and all of that, still waiting and it's still available. Also, I have a question. I wanted to know if the products are available during the show. Like while you're watching me, do you see that product thing come across? It's not easy for me to do everything. So I had to set up the store. I have to actually make the merch and all of that. So we put the products in the store. I just want to know if it's there for you guys. Can you actually see it? And as far as the styles and everything like that, we'll get to that later. But I just want to know if the product is available to you guys in the store. Can you see it down there? Liberty and Justice says Purple Sunday Fun Day. That's tomorrow, y'all. Harley says your word and being disciplined. Your word and being disciplined at two monumental traits for success. 8 years in the Marines built a strong foundation. Dope. Harley, thank you for that. Mark Dorfman says, Bugatti, you're very focused and classy. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mark. Liberty and Justice, that nothing but love. Jeffrey Spike says, sorry I'm late. Now we just here kicking it. Jeffrey, you good? See No Evil says, my best friend passed in the hospital while the sea was happening over it. What's that? See No Evil. Facts. What else you got? Harley says, the humor is great. I have a huge sense of humor myself. It keeps it smooth. That's just how I am. I like to be funny. I mean, that's just my character. My best friend would tell you, he'd be like, and if I let him come on the show, he triggers that. He'll make you guys laugh even more because of the way he laughs. He knows how to get it out of me, how to make me even funnier, because I don't know what it is. When I start talking to him, he's just like, yo, chill, you crazy. I can't believe you saying that. So that's the one that actually is the one that you guys should thank for telling me to do this, because he was like, yo, you got to get on YouTube. You got to let everybody. I'm like, what am I going to do on YouTube? And then I was just searching. Can you guys believe I was doing the weather at first? Like, go back to my other clips. I was outside at 6 o'clock in the morning with my phone, like, yeah, it's going to be cold today. Da, 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 da. And nobody wanted to see the weather. After 2 weeks of that, I said, you know what? Hell with this weather. This ain't working. Let me go back to make some music. Then I said, let me try this. And I did like 4 clips, and I saw people receptive. I said, hey, let me do 8 clips. And then I did more clips. If you guys knew the amount of clips that we do now, you would have no idea. That's why I have to do 4 in the beginning, and I do 4. Like, I do 4 stacks. You see me doing like 4 videos, then another 4 videos, then another 4 videos. Why? Because there's so much up there. And I know it takes a long time, but I don't mind doing it. And it's before my work. For all of the people that ask me, it's before my work, okay? I still work, and I just have my own business. So therefore, I don't have to do the 8 to 5 and 7 to 3 or 9 to 9. I mean, 7 to 3, 8 to 4, or 9 to 5. I have my own business, and it's in Chelsea, and that's where that is. And there's people that work there. I'm not needed every day, and that's how we do that, all right? So just for all the people that are concerned, does Bugatti have a job? He's always on here, and y'all want to know my business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to know my business. I used to say, all in my backyard, messing with my pit bull. Now, don't get mad if he bites you. That's a Bugatti classic right there. All in my backyard, messing with my pit bull. But yeah, I do work, and I do more than one position. As you guys can see, we have a lot of products that are in the development. We're looking for funding for some of these products as well. I do a lot. I don't like to just hang out and I'm not a sports guy as well. I don't know any sports players. I don't know any teams. You cannot ask me who's playing on any team right now. I know you guys are going to be like, oh my God, I'm leaving. Bugatti's not. No, I don't know any NBA, NFL, or baseball players. No, none, not even hockey, nothing. I know nothing about any sport. I look at it like this. While I'm looking at that, I could be creating something. Bottom line, writing a book, which I've already written 5 of. You guys can go online, and you can actually find my books online. One day I'll tell you my real name. You know, after we get this up, I'll tell you my real name. And you guys will be able to see my real background and things of that nature. I have a marketing background, started companies like Academics, Mecca, worked with Fat Farm. That's why the clothing is, one of the essential things that I like to get into. But again, I don't want to make this show very long. This is a spotlight. Came here to get a little intimate conversation going, see what you guys have going on. Liberty and Justice. Wow, get out. I didn't know you wrote books. Look at you. Yes, I definitely have 4 books out right now. We got to meet them sometimes. Yes, one day. We actually have a book signing coming up soon with Gene Deal with his Wanted brandy. I'm sorry. This is his Wanted bourbon. Gene Deal, the bodyguard. So he's going to be doing bourbon and books for his next release of his next book. We're going to have that segment going on, and you guys will be able to pull up for that, but you got to be 21 and older. So he's going to have his books out, and you guys will be able to check his books out. Go ahead and cheat real quick. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it real quick. You guys want to check out my books? I'll let you guys know my real name. My name is Eric Crawford. I have an Amazon account. I've got about 5 books up right now. Books like Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood. And that was picked up by MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, about 5 years ago. They actually used that as one of their real focal points. I was like an Amazon bestseller. This is another book that I wrote called The Secrets of Real World Marketing. This book right here basically teaches you how to get sponsorships. It's how I used to live off of, how I actually made a living by sponsorships and getting companies to pay for involvement, B2B, things like that. So this is called The Secrets of Real World Marketing by Eric Crawford Sr. You guys can go look at this book on Amazon.com. And there's about 5 of them once you look my name up. So yeah, you can check out my books. I guess I told you guys a lot today, so you know who I am. But do me a favor. Let me just tell you guys something. My friends call me Bugatti. People that think they know me call me Eric. Please understand that. Just because you know my name, do me a favor. Don't call me my name. Because you might get BOOM! When someone is trying to push themselves as an artist, they don't like being called their name. It's like, Jay-Z, hey, Sean. We look at you like, because if you respect me and you want to help me get to where I want to be at, you'll push that name too. That's how I look at it. I'm pushing the clothing company and you come and call it the designer. That's not respecting the clothing company. You feel me? But yeah, you guys can go check out the books. There's many of them up. What else, you guys? Oh yeah, you got that Liberty and Justice. Yeah, go read the books. Check them out. Let me know what you guys think. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, AM time, our bottom line, the actual show. I'll see you guys then. Tighten up right now. Gonna go ahead and get to some more clips, getting you guys some more information. What I do is I start stacking the stuff. If I see that there's stuff coming in afterward, I'll update it. So if there's news that's breaking, I'll take the other clip down that was just sitting there, that was the most relevant news in that category. If there's some breaking news in that same category, boom, I'll take that one down and put that one up. So that's what I'm doing all the time, checking to make sure that all of the content is up to date as much as possible, and also sequencing the show to make sure certain things happen, politics, entertainment, whether it's whatever, and then we got to do the smooth ride out. It's a lot of work. It's a one-man show. It's a one-man production. I'm talking about yesterday, my boys was like, yo, this guy does styling, he does the fashion, he does the makeup, he does the production. He does everything. He's a Heyman. He's got 14 jobs. You ever see In Living Color with the Heymans? Well, I am one of the Headleys, y'all. I am the last Headley alive. I am a Heyman, and I have no problem working because you know what? Work is respected. Work is really respected, and I like doing it. I'm not a cheater. Anybody that want to get some marketing plans and things like that done, hit me up. I'll do the work. You can take the credit. But that's it. It's your boy Boogottinyc. We just got another one in the bag. I hope you guys appreciate the content that I'm always giving you guys. This was a little more intimate. Hope I didn't ramble too much because I've been known to. But until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Y'all have a good night. God bless everybody. We made it again. See you guys in the morning. With that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, wait a minute. John became a member. That's right. Welcome. Bottom Line Gym Glove. Y'all see John right there? That is our mod. He's our mod for the Discord. And yes, glad that you came in right there, John. Make sure that you guys join the Discord. We got people that was like, oh, let's get the Discord going. Let's do it. Bugatti set up the Discord, and it's me, Kendra, Batty Lynn, and John. Come on, y'all. Even if y'all not going to be a part of the Discord, join the Discord so that we have another line of communication and that you can communicate with each other. So yes, it's always in the headline now. It's always in the description. Join our Discord. All right, you guys? With that being said, that's right, John. Thank you so much. You already know you should have been a member a long time ago. Man, I was waiting for you. That's why I came on here. I come on here for you. I come on here and do Spotlight for Tenmagen, because a lot of people say that they weren't able to watch the show. So that's why I actually created the Spotlight. But then again, I said to myself, we're doing a Spotlight and we're only talking about you and what we're talking about with the show. So now I got to give the Spotlight something. So yes, an entire segment. The next Spotlight is going to be called A Fool and His Money is Soon Parted. You're going to see Floyd Mayweather up here. I'm going to be talking about everything from the beginning of the boxing career to right now. And we're going to get into it, you guys. And with that being said, I want you guys to have a blessed evening. Like I always wish you well. See you guys in the morning. And you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you guys. Every single one of you. God bless you. Peace.